my dear students, welcome to this video. Here I am a teacher educator working in Nellore College of Education. In this video I am going to explain one of the important topic. If you are enrolled B.Ed, this video really useful to you because our B.Ed curriculum insists to complete 80 days internship practice. End of the internship practice, you should evaluate, analyze your teaching efficiency. How can you analyze your teaching efficiency? Through the students' learning. Yes. So, end of the teaching practice, you should conduct a test for your students. This is called a achievement test. Through this, you can analyze your teaching efficiency. How can you analyze the achievement test? Through the achievement test marks, you can analyze your teaching efficiency. So, through the central tendency measurements. Yes, what are the central tendency measurements? That is mean, median, mode. These are the central tendency measurements. Through this, you can analyze your teaching efficiency. How many marks they are scored, how many of them score more than 50 or 70%. You can easily analyze. Okay, so before you want to know what is the central tendency, you should know that what is data. Yes, today I am going to explain what is data in a brief. Okay, let's start this. Data is nothing but collection of information. Yes, for example, I can give the population's rating. So like that we can take the in our day-to-day life data. Okay, but in our B.Ed curriculum, teaching learning process, what is data? It's nothing but that is data is marks scored by the students. Okay, this is we can consider as a data in our teaching learning process. Okay, so now we have the achievement test marks. Okay, so this is the information of our data. Okay, this is the place in your test and measurement record. Okay, it's really useful to complete your record, test and measurement record. Okay, so data is nothing but information of collection of information. Here we can consider the data as students marks. Okay, in the data having three different types. Okay, the first one, raw data. What is raw data? It's nothing but raw data means this is consist in individual marks. This is called a raw data. If in case you are going to take the 7th standard student, there is 20 students, you have to mention the marks 20 students marks. That means some out of 40, if you are conducting the test out of 40, you can write some are having 21, some are 27, 32. So like some are 39, some are just 9, 7, so 11, 25. 39. So like that you can write. This is called the raw data. That means we have to write the marks individual person how much scored. This is called the raw data. Okay, next is the concrete data. What is the concrete data? Concrete data is nothing in particular students. Group of students stand in a particular mark. For example, in your out of 40, 32 marks 32 or 5 numbers are secured 32 marks. You can write mark 32 secured by the 5 students. 41 marks secured by the 6 students. This is called a concrete data, but easily I can tell you concrete data we wouldn't be able to use here. Where we can use if you are collecting the information, how many of them like the mangoes, apples, like that. If you are taking the data, it is really useful. For example, in your class we are going to what is the favorite food of the students. So if you are choosing mango, for example, mango, apple, orange. So 25 students are like mangoes, 30 students are like apple. So these kind of data is called as concrete data. So who is your favorite teacher? Who is your favorite food? So like that we can collect the information. No, this is called a concrete data. Okay, next we are going to the group data. This is very, very important because the raw data we have to change into the group data. Group data means it's nothing. Some of the particular students stand in a particular intervals. So that means if you are taking your interval 0 to 10, in between we have 9 numbers. So that 9 numbers secured by how many students? Then you have to write. That means 7 students are secured the marks 0 to 10. So in between they can secure 9, 7, so something marks. So next I am going to take 11 to 20. How many of them secured in your class? 11 to 20 marks. That means in between we have 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. These marks, no? How many of them secured? 11 to 20. You can write 9. Next, my interval is 21 to 30. How many here 15, here 11 to 27, here 34, the interval should be 31 to 40, 21, here 13, here. So this is fifth line, no? We should strike out the remaining 4 lines. Why? Especially this is right top to left bottom, we want to strike out. Okay, this is the form of this. Okay, you should draw the 4 starting line, fifth line should be strike out. Why? I will explain later. The next 13, here 24, in this, strike out. 9, here 27, where it is here. So now we can easily, how many lines are standing here, we can easily find out. That's why we are using this form, because 5, this group is called as 5 students, 5 group set of groups. So here 2 students are standing, here 5 plus 1, 6 students are standing, here also 6 students, here 2 of them standing. So this is called as group data. So purely